Excited, and then suddenly she just throws a bucket of water on everything. Why can't we follow the path that mom and dad?
The murmur of discontent began as a low hum, a quiet ripple among devoted fans, almost imperceptible at first. But within days, the wave had swollen into a full-blown tidal surge. Across social media, chatrooms, and fan conventions, voices that once cheered the adventures of the seven little Johnstons now roared in anger. The source of this uproar, two prominent figures, Amber and Liz, whose recent statements about the family had, in the eyes of fans, crossed the threshold from gossip into outright deceit. The enchanted world of the Johnstons. In a small town tucked away in the rolling hills of Northern Virginia, the Johnston family was anything but ordinary. Not because of wealth or fame, although they had gained their own measure of modest renown in the local community, but because of the peculiar charm that clung to them like morning dew. The Johnstons were seven siblings, each uniquely spirited and remarkably close-knit, who had grown up together in a home that reeked of love, resilience, and a sprinkle of mischief. Their story had first been chronicled in a local newspaper decades ago, and later, thanks to the marvels of social media and grassroots blogging, their everyday adventures became a symbol of innocence, perseverance, and the understated beauty of family bonds. The seven little Johnstons, Molly, Aaron, Bella, Connor, Danny, Ethan, and Fiona, were more than just a family. They were an emblem of what many considered lost in the digital age, authentic human connection, with each sibling contributing in their own special way to the narrative of their lives. They inspired an entire generation to value genuine stories over manufactured spectacles. Their candid laughter at dinner tables, shared struggles during hard times, and even the simple daily routines were captured in photos, blogs, and heartfelt blog posts by community enthusiasts who celebrated the truth of their experience. The emergence of Amber and Liz. Enter Amber and Liz, a duo that initially earned the admiration of many. They were bloggers and social commentators who had built a reputation on unearthing the hidden truths behind popular local stories. In the early days, their posts were met with excitement and anticipation, offering insights and perspectives that fans had long craved. But somewhere along the road to stardom, the lines between curiosity and sensationalism began to blur. As their platforms grew, so too did the pressure to deliver ever more dramatic content. What started as subtle hints and teasing implications gradually morphed into what many now see as a calculated narrative designed to shock and sway public sentiment. Amber, with her sharp wit and penetrating investigative style, often framed her exposes as battles against the forces of conformity and deceit. Liz, equally articulate and unafraid of controversy, complemented her partner's efforts by diving deep into the archives of local lore and family legends. Together, they present themselves as the fearless defenders of truth. Yet, as the public began to scrutinize their work more closely, it became apparent that some of their most recent claims about the Johnstons were not only dubious, they were patently false. The fabricated narrative. It all began on a cool autumn evening when Amber published a lengthy blog post titled "The Untold Scandals of the Johnstons. What They Don't Want You to Know." The post was a medley of allegations, claims of family secrets, hidden fortunes, and even insinuations of deception that cast the wholesome image of the Johnstons in an unflattering light. Amber asserted that the family's public persona was nothing more than a carefully curated myth, maintained at the cost of many unsavory truths. According to her narrative, the seven siblings had been embroiled in a series of cover-ups, misdirections meant to hide a darker reality behind their cheerful smiles. Liz soon followed with her own post, adding what she termed irrefutable evidence that the Johnstons had manipulated community events and media appearances to foster a false narrative. She cited anonymous sources, blurry photographs, and out-of-context quotes, all designed to cast doubt on the family's long-held reputation of authenticity. The two articles, published within hours of one another, sent shockwaves through the community. Loyal fans who had grown up believing in the honest, down-to-earth nature of the Johnstons found themselves facing a barrage of accusations that seemed too outrageous to be true. but were, in fact, presented as undeniable fact by Amber and Liz. Ivy, the fans' fury,